6BXY, K0DWC. I heard you, Bird.
Yeah, always want to make sure someone's around. I heard you, but you were weak. I thought my antenna blew down.
You're barely legible. It's almost like you don't have the amp on. You got to flip a switch or something? I can barely hear you now.
That's because I didn't have the linear on. Now you should hear me pretty good.
There you are. There's the bird we all know and love right there. Well, congratulations, sir. You are number one this morning. My hat is off to you.
I gotta go get my coffee. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, Bern, you're on the sheet, so relax, and we'll get some more guys here and look in. So let's take an early check-in. Let's check in early. You're welcome to come now.
WA7 YBS.
Morning, bud. You sound great. How you doing this morning?
Not as bad as Bird. Yeah, I forgot to turn the linear on too. It's on now. So now we're running 140 watts or so. So anyway, yeah, Bird was copyable. Came by both ways, with the linear and without. Of course, he was much stronger with the linear. So anyway, I'm running the 1625 rig with the W6MIT Svoboda linear. So anyway, that's the station today. Back to you, K0DWC WA7 YBS.
Okay, Henry. Yeah, you sound great on that 1625. You sound great on all your stuff. That 1625 rig it's got a smoothness about it. I don't know if it's the transmitter or the transmitter / mic combination, but the audio on that is really good. I like it. I always have liked it. Let's see. Is there a number 3 out there that would like to check in for the British Military Radio? And that'd be an early check-in. We'll start the net here in just a little bit. If you want to be number 3, you're welcome to come now.
K0W South Lake Tahoe. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Frank. Good to hear you on this morning. You sound great. You got a really good signal in the Dayton Valley this morning. I mean, this Viking 500 is just working really, really well. Good conditions so far. But I've got you in the number 3 spot, Frank. How you doing? K0DWC, are you there, Frank? Henry, do you hear Frank?
No, I don't hear Frank, but good morning to him. I guess we'll pick him up a little later as the net gets started. But he's in the number 3 spot. Yeah, back to you, Chuck. K0DWC, WA7YBS.
Okay, I just needed somebody else to tell me yay or nay. Okay. All right, we got Frank, K0W, in the number 3 spot. Is there a number 4 spot out there? Check in. Come now. This is K0DWC for the Vintage Military Radio Net, taking early check-ins. If there's anybody out there that'd like to check in, be number 4, you're welcome to come now. This is K0DWC for Vintage Military Radio Net. Anybody else out there like to we start the net here in just a minute or two, so that could be number 4 on now. Okay, Bill, I can barely hear you, but I did hear your call sign, so I've got you in the 4 spot, Bill, N6 Bravo Charlie Tango, in the number 4 spot. Okay, is there anyone else that would like to check in now and get ready to start the net for Vintage Military Radio, and that'd be number 5. You're welcome to come now. Okay, nothing heard, so we might as well get started here. Well, good morning, Vern and Gamer. Frank, and the Bill. This is the Business Military Radio Network, K0DWC. This morning will be on 974KC. Business Military Radio Network, roundtable AM net that provides an opportunity for licensed fans to operate their business military radios on the air. Military here is encouraged, certainly not required. Check-ins will be given a number that can be easy from the handoff. I'll call for check-ins at the end of each roundtable session. And you will be safe for that. Please mention it during your turn in the roundtable session. So, here is the list as I have it. In the number 1 spot is Vern, K6BXY. In the 2 spot is Henry, WA7YBA. In the 3 spot is Frank, KD0W. And in the 4th spot is Bill. One last call out here, sorting this. There's number 5 out there I'd like to check in. Business Military Radio Network. 1 minute. Okay, nothing heard. So anyway, good morning, guys. And thanks for being here. And they're on the AOT 13 this morning. Listening on the R45 ARR7. Which is on the dipole antenna, and I've got the R388 hooked up to the D104 amplified mic. I'll say 200 watts carrier power, plus or minus. And listening an LX3 speaker. So, and this is all out of a Dodge. Anyway, again, good morning to all. We're here to start with Vern, K6BXY. Where is Vern? K0DWC.
Okay, thanks, Chuck. It's K6BXY. I'll keep it somewhat short. 7200 and 200 and the some of the other what's on our side. We've got some things going on here with the little mini cats from the tractor here. We're launching the flat area in the backyard so we can get a little doggy and enjoy the backyard more. This one's a little wild. The noise pollution has every noise that's her favorite is everybody. But I'm here too. And Henry and using and you burn truck, so K6BXY, the lot of work is continuing as slowly I've been doing. We had our air conditioning quit, so I've been doing a lot of work with the little portable air conditioners, purchasing and all that stuff, and found a much more inexpensive way, I think, keep this place cool. I was surprised at the progress in that area. Over to you, Henry. Good morning. This is K6BXY with the vintage net here. Go ahead, Henry.
Okay. K6BXY, WA7YBS. Looks like I'm about 200 feet high. What? I hope not, maybe. I guess I'm just going to leave it alone. That's one thing about the K36 fan exciter. It's not exactly what you call fine-tuned when it comes to the frequency. So anyway, you see it's close enough. It's closer than a kilocycle anyway. So good morning to all. Vern, good signal, about S9. Frank, when he was transmitting, was strong, 20 or so. Bill is Q5, about S7 or so. So Chuck, of course, is 68. And so Yeah, a little bit sparse on the checking still, but we'll see. Maybe things will pick up a little bit. But anyway, it's we're running the 1625 rig today. That's the W6 MIT Svoboda little transmitter, the little rig. 1625s modulated by 1625s, driving a Y826 linear amplifier, putting about 140 watts of carrier power out to the collinear array antenna. And so anyway, that is the, as I said, the driver, the heart of the 1625 rig is the T368 exciter. And as we all know, it's once you set it, that's about it. If you touch the tuning control, it's not something that you can get like 100 sample accuracy. It's just a touch. It's touching. The receiver is the NATO version, the United States, North America, NATO RACAL, the RA-17C12. That's a 1960 receiver. And of course it's based on the Mark Gray RACAL RA-17. And of course the C12 was also known as the R501 URR. One used by the United States military, by the Army, mostly. So anyway, it's an R501, or the RACAL RA-17C12. Anyway, it's a triple conversion, and of course typical Mark III RACAL, very nice performing receiver. So, for that, let's see Frank's back. Oh, temperature. Yeah, it was a little bit of 67 this morning. I think it's going to get over 100 because it was over 100 yesterday. It was 101 yesterday for quite a long time. So anyway, it's a little bit warm. So over to Frank, KB0W, WA7YBS.
Thank you, Henry. Here in Southwest Tahoe. Good morning to everybody. Good morning, Vern. There's somebody else. The band's really taken a dump here in the last 15 minutes because Vern was very, very loud earlier on when I was tuning up. And Vern was way over S9 and way out of my nose. Was, so I don't know if we'll give it off to. I heard Nathan a little earlier ask if anybody was here, but I haven't heard him. Maybe it was Mike that checked in and back again. And Henry, 1625 rig sounds real nice, but you're not quite as loud as you usually are, but I think that is because of the band. The audio quality, from what I can hear, is very beautiful. Same old stuff here. Running Johnson 500 with about 260 watts this morning into an 80-meter dipole up at 65 feet that's strung up between two sugar pines, and listening on a Collins 75-840. So, doing pretty well this morning, but we'll go on it a little on the cranky side. Anyways, it was pretty much in the 80s up here yesterday. I think it's going to be hotter today. And it's pretty in Boulder as well. I don't know where the hell the haze is coming from. I guess there's some fires up in the northern part of the state. Not the beautiful sky during the daytime that we normally have. Let's see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything on the next station, but I'm going to hear Vern's recitation earlier on. So I'm going to just open it up to whoever number 4 is, or maybe Henry, you know, if they can hear me. But Vern, thank you very much for running the net, and welcome to everybody, and good morning to everybody on the K0DW and South Lake Tahoe, handing it off to number 4.
Okay, Frank, this is K0DWC. It's the first spot is Bill. Bravo Charlie Tango. Okay, Bill, go ahead and take it. Back up to me, K0DWC. N16TT, go ahead.
California, and when this 100 days transmitter on that can run 25 watts. So 100 watts, 25 watts on single on AM. So that's going good. So that's what's going on here. I don't know whether you hear me now. Please don't comment on what's going on. Anyway, let's
Okay, Bill. N6 Bravo Charlie Tango, K0DWC. Yeah, I got about, I don't know, probably 80% of that. But, I'm starting to get a little bit of QSB on, well, except Henry. But Henry's just pounding in here because we're so close. But I'm starting to get some QSB in some of it. But yeah, Frank, it goes to Bill N6 BCT in the number 4 slot there, if you can hear me. Let's see if there's a number 5 out there. Let's check in the bottom end of the first round. Let's check in. If you're radio net, you can come now. Okay, nothing heard. Well, that's the first round. Anyway, I got some news for you about Pitney Bowes. We talked on the phone the other day. You had something over in Europe, and I had something here. And finally got the thing on the latch. The ball was 51, 4. It had went out on the 1st of July, and I got it yesterday. That's a long time from Charlotte, North Carolina, to Nevada. It should have only been like 2 or 3 days, or maybe 4 days at the most. 11 days, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And then they had to call to charge me $9.99 shipping on it. I couldn't believe it, but anyway, I just thought I'd tell you, I finally got it after 11 days in the mail. $50. So, maybe you have an update on your connector there, but unbelievable. So anyway, okay, well, we can go ahead and start the second round, and go from there. So back up to you, Vern. BX High. Vern, you're sounding good on the IC7200. I got a lot of USB on you, but you're not too bad. Go ahead and take it, Vern. This is K0DWC.
Yeah, I took a pause there for A breakers. This K6 BX Wiper ID, I made a year-round and I guess we're going to struggle with this a while. The peak of the sunrise at the earliest, we've only gained 4 minutes since then, which I guess is good for the week. And the next month we'll gain about 25 minutes on the sunrise coming later. And it's going to be a little rough. It is rough today. Good count for the number of check-ins. Had an eye-opener and about a minute is the first 7 minutes a week as far as the sun rising later. have it set up right. Downside. And my air conditioning was repaired. I have got all the tubes together, my paperwork together, and I got to do some work this week a little later on in the week on the Marauder. I want to try and replace the tubes in the water line. There was some that were only kind of weak. Fortunately, those three tubes only cost me about $5. And then if I get a few together, it's $5 on the shipping, so it's not terrible. At least they still make them. Well, I guess they don't. I guess I'm getting people who have money. Or you and Frank, your signal's good too, and Bill, you're pretty good too. But the noise is not. It may not be as loud as you, but it's distracting. The WA7YBS
Okay, Vern, K6VXYWA7YBS. Yeah, you're actually reading stronger, Vern, there on the west motor than Chuck. So that time around, very strong signal. Chuck was running at about 60 over. You were at about, well, one tick mark above 60. Cal has quite a odd meter, carrier level meter, which does give you three functions. You can read the audio level, an S meter, or an RF level, and in milliwatts. But the S meter function is very it's kind of a logarithmic scale anyway. But it really goes crazy once it gets up over S9. It's up to 60 over in about 1/4 of an inch of scale, so it's pretty tight on the upper end. But anyway, be that as it may, everybody is 100% copy. And again, a recommendation on Bill, there N6BCT, use exalted carrier on Bill, turn your BFO on, and zero beat him, and you'll find a point where he just picks right up S9 and no problem copying. So exalted carrier works real well on Bill. And let's see. Yeah, the bowls, I don't even want to talk about those guys. I'm not really sure if that's part of the program that eBay has for shipping or if it's a real company. But it's a sham. It's worse than going with the eBay global shipping. If you're like in England or someplace like that, and you want to do that so you don't have to pack it and do all of that sort of stuff, guaranteed it's going to have every problem. They say the package, if it goes through eBay global shipping, customs is no problem, everything goes smoothly. Not true. My little package, one little connector in a package is held up in customs in New York now for some reason. It was pulled, and when it got to customs in New York, and they're inspecting it for something. And I don't know what, but I guess we'll find out one of these days exactly what the problem is, if I ever get it. And so anyway, it's a real mess with those guys. I ordered that connector June 20-something, 25th, somewhere around there, and it just got to New York Customs a few days ago. Why it started out in Staffordshire, England, and went to France, I don't know, but it stayed in France for a week before it got shipped. So it's crazy. I don't even want to talk about that eBay global shipping. There's something else. So anyway, that's the rant. on those guys. And let's see. With that, I'll turn it over to Frank. K0DWC7YDS.
Okay, thank you, Henry. W7YDS, K0W. Well, there's fans really not very good this morning, at least for me. A lot of really QSB. You were very, very loud when you just began your transmission, Henry, and then faded out into the noise again and then back up again. And I don't know what that noise is. I guess there is a hum. Let's see. What's going on here? Hello, test 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. Oh dear. I don't know what's going on here. Anyways, we had a really beautiful sunset last night because of the fog, and it was really remarkable, but once again it's been hazy here all week long. Contacted 3 Russian stations on the 30-meter CW, and that was a lot of fun, and actually sent out two old-fashioned QSL cards. That was fun on my Drake C-line. And I'm getting a really strong hum here, so I'm going to have to check this out and see what's going on. I'm going to make this my 73 route and see what this hum is on my frequency, on my transmitter, and say 73 to everybody. And Chet, thank you very much for running the net. And good morning to all of you. And I'm going to try and get this fixed up and see what's going on and check in next weekend. So I'll turn it over to Bill, M6VCT in Half Moon Bay. Take it away, and 73 to all.
Okay, Bill. 6 Bravo Charlie Tango. All right, K0DWC. Alrighty. Well, let's see if there's a number 5 out there. I'm going to check in to the tail end of the second round. Vintage Military Radio Net. You can come now.
W4 Delta Victor Quebec.
Well, Carla finally decided to get up this morning. Miracles never cease. All right, W4 Delta Victor Queen, or Delta Victor Quebec, excuse me, in the number 5 spot. Here, Carla, go ahead and make a transmission. Send it back to me.
Okay, K0DWC W4DVQ. Good morning to all. I finally woke up. And 73 to Frank. Sorry I missed you. Glad you were on this morning. And Vern, and Henry, and Bill. Wonder where everybody else is. There's something going on, but I just wanted to pop in and say good morning. And I'll hang out for the next round. So I'm going to hand it back over to Chuck, K0DWC, W4DVQ.
Okay, Carl, W4DVQ. Better luck than never. Alrighty. And she's, of course, running the same equipment I am, but good that she checked in. That helped a lot. So I did want to say 7-3 to Frank. Thanks for being there, Frank. Take care, my friend. And we'll talk to you next week. Looking forward to talking to you next week. Yeah, Henry, you know, a lot of these parts that I've ordered for Carla's car have been on their direct websites because some of the stuff is just flat not available on eBay. You know, so some of the parts can be difficult, and you know, it's you really have to go and actually go to the website. That's what I did with these. That's what I did with these window latches. I went directly to Dennis Carpenter's Ford Restoration Parts, directly to their website, and they sent it out Pitney boats themselves. So I don't know what that's all about. I've dealt with Dennis Carpenter many years ago, back in the 80s, and their shipping was perfect back then, no problem, 2 or 3 days. But boy, have times changed. But I've gotten very few parts off of eBay for that car. I've usually had to go to the websites that offer what I'm looking for. So, but yeah, if eBay's going to Pitney Bowes, we're all sunk. That's going to be awful. But anyway, Carla got a set of half moons for the front of her car for the headlights. I think most of you fellows know what I'm talking about. And she's all excited about those. She just likes to go and look at them. Oh God, she's a funny kid, funny individual. Yeah, and we got a few extra parts. Got a gas tank, stainless gas tank piece that went wrapped around the gas tank lid and all. She's all excited about that. So, she's having fun with it, but I'm doing all the work. But anyway, let's see one more time. Is there anybody else that wants to check in with Vintage Military Radio? That you can come now. Okay, well, I guess we'll start the 7-3 round, guys. And we'll go ahead and do that and get it shut down, I guess. So we'll go up to the top. Frank has signed. So, Vern, you'll hand it over to... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Well, Henry knows to hand it over to Frank. Or to Bill, I mean. So, don't mind me. I'm all mixed up. So anyway, we'll go to Vern, K6DX9. 7-3 round, guys. So go ahead, Vern.
BSYWA7.
YBS.
All right. Yeah, I have a noise level here registering on this receiver on the red cow of S6. And pretty much I've always had on 75 meters, regardless of the receiver, on 75 A4s, or meters that actually have receivers that actually have 100 meter scale. That's somewhat known accuracy. You can't go by national. National couldn't make an S meter that was accurate at all. I don't even know why they even tried. But the Collins ones are pretty consistent, and the Red Cow ones are pretty consistent at being now believable, shall I say. But anyway, I got a noise level here, which is pretty much average for summer, about an S6 or so. And so anyway, copy here is no problem. And let's see. Yeah, Chuck, that Pitney Bolt, I think that's the computer program. And the actual shipper, who knows? I know when it's overseas, like from Europe or something like that, if they go through the what's called eBay Global Shipping, that's where I'm having problems. Is that is just really messed up. And so anyway, if I ever see that again, that the guy is going to use the eBay Global Shipping, I'm not buying from that guy at all. And of course, the problem is the connector. It was just one little connector, for the reception set R107. And you can't get it anywhere except from England. And so anyway, it's one little connector, and it's just been like one major headache. So, and the problem was the shipping. The shipping was twice what the connector cost. And it was supposed to go priority mail international. And it wasn't sent that way. I don't know if eBay Global Shipping decided to ship it regular old first class international or whatever, but that's the major problem. That, and I think the address is screwed up. I think they listed the state as Dayton and the city as Dayton. And so I know in France the label said Dayton. And, of course, it's Dayton, Nevada. So anyway, I think that's the problem with customs is it's going to take them, probably a week to figure out that it's Dayton, Nevada, and not Dayton, Ohio. So anyway, we'll see what transpires on that little messed up order. So, good morning to Carla. Good signal in here. Fully modulated as always. So, good to hear from you. We will say 73. And Frank will say 73 to Frank, to Vern, to Bill, Carla, and Chuck. And Bill, 100% copy on Bill. I'm telling you, try Exalted here. Turn that BFO on and zero beat Bill. You will be surprised. So anyway, with that 73 all around, over to Bill. N6, BCT, WA7, YBS, 73. transmitting.
But thanks, Jill. And yeah, it's warm in here in the radio room. Very warm. I'm sitting here drinking coffee and sweating. That makes no sense, does it? But I just wanted to pop in this morning. So everybody have a good week and be safe out there. And we'll talk to you next weekend, next Saturday morning. So I'll hand it back up to Net Control. And W4DDQ is sighted in 73, guys. Have a good one.
Okay, well, this that'll be for the day. Well, at least we had a decent show. Let's shoot for it today, so that's good. A lot of folks are out taking advantage of the good weather. They took umbrellas with them. Anyway. Alright guys, well, thanks again for being there. We appreciate the support. And Henry will be Net Control next week, and then we're going to try Carlo again. So, everybody have a good one, and let's shut the news down. Everybody back over to regular review, and everybody take care. And shut the net down there. So, 7 4.